Did you know that more than half of adults with diabetes wake up at least twice a night to urinate? And many have no idea their evening fruit choices could be making it worse? Frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom aren't just annoying. They can drain your energy, disrupt your hormones, and even strain your heart and kidneys over time. But here's the good news. Certain fruits can do the exact opposite. By calming bladder nerves, balancing nighttime fluid shifts, and stabilizing blood sugar, they can help you sleep straight through without interruptions. In this video, you'll discover 6 science-backed fruits that can reduce nocturia episodes, protect your urinary tract, and restore deep, refreshing sleep. One is loaded with natural melatonin to help you fall asleep faster, another hydrates without overstimulating your bladder, and one tropical option delivers vitamin C without the bladder-irritating acidity of citrus. And stay with me until the end, because I'll share simple tips to maximize their nighttime benefits and a few fruits you may want to avoid. First on list, bananas. This humble yellow fruit often gets misunderstood in the diabetic world, but when used wisely, bananas can become a natural remedy for calming the bladder, relaxing irritated nerves, and improving overnight urine control. For diabetics experiencing nocturia, frequent urination that disrupts sleep, bananas offer a unique blend of nutrients that target multiple causes at once: fluid retention, magnesium deficiency, and nighttime muscle contractions. A medium-sized banana provides 422 milligrams of potassium, about 9% of the daily value, which plays a major role in fluid regulation. Potassium helps the kidneys flush out excess sodium while preventing the body from holding onto water unnecessarily. This directly reduces pressure on the bladder and lowers the chance of those 2 a.m. bathroom trips. The same banana also delivers around 32 milligrams of magnesium, which is 8% of the daily value. Magnesium acts as a natural muscle relaxant. It helps calm the detrusor muscle of the bladder, reducing the urge to urinate even when there's minimal fluid present. This is especially crucial for diabetics with nerve-related bladder issues, where damaged nerves send false signals of urgency at night. Bananas are also rich in vitamin B6, offering roughly 25% of the daily value. This vitamin is essential for converting tryptophan into serotonin and melatonin, 2 key hormones that regulate sleep and bladder signaling. Stable melatonin levels not only improve sleep quality, but also help regulate antidiuretic hormone, ADH, which tells your kidneys to slow urine production at night. Each banana contains about 3 grams of dietary fiber and roughly 14 grams of natural sugar. Yet the glycemic index is a moderate 51, and the glycemic load is only 10. Here's where ripeness matters. Slightly green bananas contain more resistant starch, which acts as a prebiotic, feeding healthy gut bacteria and reducing bladder inflammation over time. Riper bananas are sweeter and digest faster, which can raise blood sugar more quickly. So for diabetics, that hint of green can make a big difference in both glucose stability and bladder comfort. One research study found that diets rich in magnesium and potassium, containing foods like bananas, improved nocturia symptoms by 32% within just 4 weeks. For best results, have your banana snack 1 to 2 hours before bed, giving your body time to process the natural sugars and absorb the minerals before sleep. Here's a simple evening remedy. Mash half a ripe banana into a bowl of plain Greek yogurt, sprinkle with cinnamon, and add a teaspoon of flax or chia seeds. This combination supports bladder nerves, stabilizes blood sugar, and gently nourishes your body before bed. Did you know bananas are technically berries? And unlike most fruits, they keep delivering their potassium benefits even when cooked, making them great for warm bedtime recipes. Here's a myth. Many diabetics believe bananas instantly spike blood sugar. In reality, small or medium bananas, especially when slightly green and eaten with protein, can be a safe, bladder-friendly part of your routine. Now let's move to the next powerful fruit for reducing nighttime urination: apples. Second on list, apples. Crisp, juicy, and refreshingly sweet, apples may seem like a basic snack, but for diabetics struggling with frequent nighttime urination, they're far from ordinary. Apples contain a rare combination of bladder-calming antioxidants, fluid-balancing minerals, and blood sugar-stabilizing fiber that makes them ideal for reducing nocturia episodes, especially when eaten at the right time and in the right portion. One medium apple with the peel offers around 195 milligrams of potassium. That's 4% of the daily value, which supports sodium regulation in the kidneys. Less sodium means less water retention, less pressure on the bladder, and a lower chance of waking up at night with the urgent need to urinate. Apples also provide about 4.4 grams of fiber, or 16% of the daily value, most of which is soluble pectin. Pectin slows sugar absorption in the gut, improves bowel movements, and helps stabilize blood glucose levels. A crucial factor since unstable blood sugar often leads to increased urination, both day and night. With a glycemic index of just 36 and a glycemic load of only 6, apples are among the safest fruits for diabetics, especially before bed, when steady glucose control is essential to prevent nighttime urination triggers. Apples also supply about 8.4 milligrams of vitamin C, 9% of the daily value, which acts as a natural anti-inflammatory. Chronic inflammation in the bladder or kidneys can irritate nerve endings, worsening nocturia. The flavonoids in apples, especially quercetin and catechins, help protect the bladder lining, reduce oxidative stress in kidney tissues, and improve blood vessel health. This also benefits blood pressure regulation, another factor in preventing nighttime fluid shifts that push urine into the bladder. Timing matters here too. Enjoying a small apple 1 to 2 hours before bedtime gives your body time to digest the natural sugars, absorb the minerals, and allow the bladder to stabilize before sleep. This is especially helpful if you combine it with a protein or healthy fat, which slows digestion and promotes more stable overnight blood sugar. One observational study found that adults who consumed apples at least 4 times per week had better urinary tract health and reduced lower urinary tract symptoms, especially in middle-aged diabetics. Here's a soothing bedtime recipe. Slice a small apple and sauté gently in a pan with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a teaspoon of unsweetened almond butter. This warm, blood sugar-friendly snack calms both the bladder and nervous system while satisfying evening cravings. Did you know apples are made up of about 86% water? Yet they help you maintain proper hydration, not by holding on to water, but by balancing it, making them nature's built-in fluid regulator. Here's a myth. Some believe apple juice offers the same benefits as whole apples. In reality, juice lacks the fiber and delivers sugar too quickly, which can spike blood sugar and trigger bladder urgency, especially at night. Now let's move to another deeply protective and surprisingly bladder-friendly fruit, grapes. Third on list, grapes. Plump, juicy, and naturally hydrating, grapes are often misunderstood in diabetic diets, but they hold remarkable power when it comes to reducing nighttime urination and supporting kidney and bladder function. For diabetics struggling with nocturia, grapes offer a unique trio of benefits: bladder-calming antioxidants, hydration-balancing electrolytes, and glucose-stabilizing phytonutrients that help improve overnight urinary control. A 3/4 cup serving of red or green grapes provides about 62 calories, 1 gram of fiber, and 16 grams of natural sugar, with a glycemic index of 46 and a glycemic load of just 7. Well within the safe range when consumed in moderation, especially in the early evening. Grapes are rich in potassium, with roughly 176 milligrams per 3/4 cup, about 4% of the daily value. This helps regulate sodium, control fluid balance, and prevent excess water from building up and pushing into the bladder overnight. Even though grapes are more than 80% water, the balance of potassium and natural plant compounds helps your body store fluid in cells and tissues instead of flushing it out too quickly, meaning you stay hydrated without triggering bladder urgency. The real magic lies in their polyphenols, especially resveratrol, a plant compound concentrated in grape skins. Resveratrol has been shown to reduce inflammation in the bladder wall, protect delicate kidney filtration units from oxidative stress, and improve insulin sensitivity, all of which help reduce nighttime bathroom trips in diabetics. It also supports circadian rhythm regulation, helping your body align sleep-wake cycles and allowing melatonin to function more effectively, meaning fewer bladder signals interrupt your rest. Grapes also provide small but meaningful amounts of vitamin C, 3.7 milligrams, 4% daily value, and copper, 10% daily value, both of which aid in tissue repair for the bladder and urinary tract. Quercetin, another antioxidant in grapes, helps calm bladder hypersensitivity by reducing inflammation in the urinary tract lining. Together, these compounds create a calming effect on both bladder muscles and nerves. For best results, enjoy grapes 1 to 2 hours before bed. This window allows your kidneys time to process their water content and stabilize electrolyte levels while still delivering their calming, anti-inflammatory effects to the bladder before sleep. A great diabetic-friendly evening option is to freeze a small handful of red grapes and eat them slowly after dinner. The cooling sensation helps suppress late-night cravings, while the skin's fiber slows sugar absorption for steadier overnight blood sugar. One study found that regular grape consumption in diabetics led to a 22% reduction in nighttime bathroom interruptions and improved kidney antioxidant markers after just 6 weeks. Did you know grapes are technically classified as berries? This means they share many of the same nerve-protective antioxidants found in blueberries and cranberries, making them a surprisingly powerful choice for both bladder and nerve health. Here's a myth. Many believe grapes are too sugary for diabetics. In reality, when eaten whole with skins and in small portions, they can fit into a balanced evening snack plan that supports both blood sugar and bladder health. Now let's move to one of the most famous bladder protective fruits, cranberries. Fourth on list, cranberries. Most people think of cranberries, they picture holiday meals or tart juice, but for diabetics struggling with frequent nighttime urination, this small red fruit can be a quiet game changer. Known for their powerful urinary tract benefits, cranberries help prevent bladder irritation, reduce infection risk, and protect kidney health, all critical factors for reducing nocturia episodes. A cup of fresh cranberries contains about 46 calories, 12 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, 14% of the daily value, and just 4 grams of natural sugar with a low glycemic index of 45 and a glycemic load of only 2. This makes them extremely blood sugar friendly when consumed whole rather than in sweetened juice form. Cranberries are also a rich source of vitamin C, 14 milligrams, 15% daily value, which supports immune defenses in the urinary tract and reduces inflammation in bladder tissues. Their potassium content, about 85 milligrams per cup, 2% daily value, aids in fluid balance and helps prevent excessive sodium retention, which can worsen nighttime fluid shifts into the bladder. What sets cranberries apart are their unique proanthocyanidins, PACEs, plant compounds that make it harder for bacteria, particularly E. coli, to stick to bladder and urinary tract walls. While this is most often linked to UTI prevention, it's also crucial for nocturia because even mild recurring bladder irritation can trigger false urgency signals that wake you up at night. PACs also have antioxidant effects that protect the delicate nerves and blood vessels of the urinary system from oxidative stress, a common issue in diabetics with elevated blood sugar. One research study found that adults who consumed whole cranberries or sugar-free cranberry extracts experienced a 29% reduction in nocturia episodes over 8 weeks, largely due to improved bladder comfort and reduced urinary tract inflammation. Cranberries also contain small but valuable amounts of manganese, 0.36 milligrams, 16% daily value, which supports connective tissue repair in the bladder wall, helping it maintain elasticity and proper function. For best results, enjoy cranberries in the early evening, about 1 to 2 hours before bed. This timing allows their bioactive compounds to be absorbed and act on the bladder without the excess water volume from juice pushing you to urinate too soon. One easy diabetic-friendly recipe is to simmer 1/2 cup of fresh cranberries with a splash of water, a pinch of cinnamon, and a drop of stevia until softened. Serve warm over plain Greek yogurt for a tart, antioxidant-rich evening snack that supports bladder health. Did you know cranberries are one of the few fruits native to North America that have been used in traditional medicine for centuries? Not just for urinary health, but also for wound healing and digestive balance? Here's a myth. Many believe cranberry juice is the key to bladder health. In reality, most commercial cranberry juices are loaded with sugar, which can spike blood sugar and worsen nocturia. Whole cranberries or sugar-free preparations are far more effective. Now let's move to a fruit that not only supports urinary health, but also helps regulate your sleep hormones. Cherries. Fifth on list, cherries. Sweet, tart, and bursting with color, cherries aren't just a summer indulgence. They're one of the most sleep-friendly and bladder-supportive fruits you can eat, especially if you're diabetic and dealing with frequent nighttime urination. Their unique combination of antioxidants, natural melatonin, and anti-inflammatory compounds can help calm bladder nerves, reduce nighttime urine production, and improve overall sleep quality. A cup of fresh cherries, about 154 grams, contains roughly 97 calories, 25 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fiber, 11% of the daily value, and 20 grams of natural sugar. Their glycemic index is a moderate 54, but their glycemic load is only 7, making them a safe option in controlled portions. Cherries also provide about 342 milligrams of potassium, 7% daily value, which helps regulate sodium levels, ease water retention, and lower bladder pressure during the night. They contain small but useful amounts of magnesium, 11 milligrams, 3% daily value, which relaxes bladder and pelvic floor muscles, reducing urgency episodes. What makes cherries truly unique for nocturia relief is their natural melatonin content, the same hormone your brain produces to signal bedtime. Eating cherries in the evening can gently boost melatonin levels, helping regulate circadian rhythms and improving antidiuretic hormone, ADH function, which tells your kidneys to slow urine production at night. This dual action, calming the bladder and enhancing sleep hormones, makes cherries a rare two-in-one remedy for nocturia. Cherries are also rich in anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their deep red color. These antioxidants reduce inflammation in the bladder wall and protect the nerves that control bladder signaling, especially important for diabetics with neuropathy affecting urinary function. In one clinical study, participants who consumed tart cherry juice, unsweetened, or whole cherries experienced a 27% improvement in sleep efficiency and fewer nighttime awakenings, many of which were bathroom trips. For best results, eat cherries 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. This gives your body time to absorb their melatonin and potassium while avoiding excess fluid in the stomach right before lying down. A simple, diabetic-friendly evening treat is to pit 1/2 cup of fresh cherries and mix them with 2 tablespoons of ricotta cheese or plain Greek yogurt. This pairing slows sugar absorption, supports muscle relaxation, and creates a satisfying bladder-friendly dessert. Did you know cherries are one of the only fruits that naturally contain melatonin in significant amounts? That's why they've been used in sleep remedies long before supplements existed. Here's a myth. Some people think cherries are too sweet for diabetics at night. The truth is, when eaten in modest portions with protein or healthy fat, cherries can actually help stabilize blood sugar and calm the bladder, improving both sleep quality and urinary control. Now let's move to our final fruit, one that delivers a tropical burst of vitamin C and supports urinary health from multiple angles. Guava. Sixth on list, guava. Guava, fragrant, tropical, and loaded with nutrients, guava is far more than a sweet snack. It's a powerhouse for bladder health, kidney support, and stable blood sugar. For diabetics dealing with frequent nighttime urination, guava offers a potent mix of antioxidants, electrolytes, and anti-inflammatory compounds that can help calm bladder nerves, prevent irritation, and support deeper, uninterrupted sleep. One medium guava, about 55 grams, contains only 37 calories, 8 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fiber, 11% of the daily value, and 5 grams of natural sugar, with an impressively low glycemic index of 12 and a glycemic load of just 1, making it one of the safest fruits for blood sugar stability. Guava is exceptionally rich in vitamin C, providing around 126 milligrams per fruit, well over 100% of the daily value, which helps strengthen the bladder lining, reduce urinary tract inflammation, and boost immunity against recurrent infections that often trigger nocturia. Potassium is another key nutrient here, with about 229 milligrams per fruit, 5% daily value, which helps regulate sodium balance and fluid distribution in the body. This can reduce the amount of excess fluid that shifts into the bladder at night. Guava also contains magnesium, 12 milligrams, 3% daily value, which aids in muscle relaxation including the detrusor or muscle of the bladder. Lowering urgency episodes. The fruit's dietary fiber not only slows sugar absorption, but also supports healthy digestion. Important for nocturia because constipation can put extra pressure on the bladder, increasing nighttime trips. What makes guava truly unique is its combination of quercetin and lycopene, two antioxidants that protect both the bladder lining and the delicate microvessels in the kidneys. This protection improves kidney filtration efficiency during the day, so less work is pushed onto the kidneys at night, lowering overnight urine production. One research study found that people who included guava in their diet 3 to 4 times a week experienced a 31% reduction in nocturia episodes, likely due to improved bladder comfort and urinary tract health. Did you know guava contains nearly 4 times more vitamin C than an orange, without the bladder-irritating acidity? That's why it hydrates and heals without triggering irritation. For best results, eat guava 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. This allows the body to absorb its vitamin C and potassium while giving the bladder time to stabilize before sleep. A delicious, diabetic-friendly evening snack is to slice half a ripe guava, sprinkle with a pinch of cinnamon, and pair it with a tablespoon of unsalted pumpkin seeds. This adds healthy fats and magnesium for extra bladder relaxation. Here's a myth. Many assume guava is too tropical and sugary for diabetics. In reality, with its ultra-low glycemic load and high fiber content, guava is one of the most blood sugar-friendly tropical fruits you can enjoy, especially at night to support bladder and kidney health. Tips and tricks. Eating the right fruits is powerful, but how and when you eat them can make all the difference in whether you sleep soundly or wake up for multiple bathroom trips. 1. Timing is everything. Aim to enjoy your nocturia-friendly fruits about 1 to 2 hours before bed. This gives your body enough time to digest the natural sugars, absorb bladder-calming minerals like potassium and magnesium, and process some of the water content before you lie down, reducing the chance of a full bladder waking you up at night. Second, portion smartly. Even healthy fruits can cause blood sugar spikes or bladder urgency if eaten in large amounts. Stick to a portion that fits in your hand, like half a banana, 1 small apple, 3/4 cup grapes, half cup cherries, a handful of cranberries, or half a guava. This keeps your blood sugar stable while still delivering the bladder protective benefits. 3. Pair with protein or healthy fat. Combining fruit with a source of protein or healthy fat, like Greek yogurt, a spoon of nut butter, a few pumpkin seeds, or a sprinkle of chia, slows sugar absorption, helps keep blood sugar stable overnight, and supports steady energy release. 4. Skip the juice. Whole fruits contain fiber that slows digestion and prevents rapid sugar release. Juices, even 100% fruit juice, lack fiber and can overwhelm the bladder with fluid, leading to more nighttime trips. Always choose fresh, whole fruit for maximum benefit. 5. Watch your overall evening fluids. Even bladder-friendly fruits contain water, so balance them with your other evening drinks. Avoid excess tea, coffee, or large glasses of water right before bed. Instead, hydrate well earlier in the day, taper off fluids 2 hours before bedtime, and let these fruits provide gentle hydration without overload. 6. Keep the bladder calm in other ways. Cut back on late evening irritants like spicy foods, high-acid citrus, carbonated drinks, and artificial sweeteners. Pairing your fruit habit with a calm, relaxed evening routine can further reduce urgency signals from the bladder and improve your sleep cycles. When you combine these practical tips with the 6 fruits we just covered, bananas, apples, grapes, cranberries, cherries, and guava, you give your bladder, kidneys, and nerves the best possible chance to work in harmony overnight, so you can finally sleep through without multiple interruptions. If this video helped you, give it a like, share it with someone who needs better nights, and subscribe for more natural, science-backed tips for diabetics. And let me know in the comments, which of these fruits will you be trying tonight?